Something that I would tell startups at the moment is stop focusing on the money, focus on the problem, and actually solving the problem. Because if you start solving the problem, the money will come.
So I started my whole journey at the University of Pretoria, studying chemical engineering. My whole life was planned ahead, doing engineering. And while I was doing my postgrad, we had the opportunity to write an application for Friends, where the whole journey into the software development world started. So I had the privilege of working there for 3 years before I joined Andrew at QLTech.
Okay, Andrew?
So I studied at University of Pretoria as well, studied electronic engineering, but didn't like it one bit, but I liked the software aspect of it. So then I went also into native iOS development at a company, then saw the gap in the market for launching the software company, and then started QLTech in 2018. We actually met at church.
Yeah. 2012 already.
Both of us were part of the leadership structure of the church. So every Wednesday morning, every Sunday, we normally sat together, and then we actually went for a breakfast the one day and started chatting and realized, listen, yeah, we think the same and it can actually contribute to what we wanted to do. I'm the boss.
The big boss.
No, we actually work on a 50-50 model. It was both of our visions. So yeah, I think title-wise, it's me, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's both, yeah. I think in some way, I think within the company it's a flat structure, so everybody is reachable and everybody can chat to everybody. But I think decisions that's being made in the company, you need to have it in place.
Yeah, so that's the whole place where it started. And I also believe in what Andrew is saying, even though we are full partners, there's always a final decision that he has to make. So that final sign-off happens through him.
So the initial idea started when we spoke about software in South Africa and the current price that people are paying for software, but also the current solutions that they have. Like, we don't see where that actually matched. When you look at just how good the software is. Then we decided, listen, we wanted to start a company, but both of us were still studying. So we went to one of our friends that had a company and said that he should just help us because we knew nothing about a company. We didn't even know CIPC existed at that time. And this guy then said, listen, but he actually has an idea, an app that he would want to develop. Can we do it for him? But we didn't have any experience in that time. So we said, listen, if you're willing to take a shot with us, by all means, let's do it. And that's actually how both of us got into the software engineering or software development, app development side of things. And then both of us went to work for other companies. And then in 2018, I just decided it's time for me to take the shot and jump out of the nest and learn to fly on the way down. So then I started the company in 2018. He then joined in 2020, a month before COVID started, so that was interesting. And what we do is we are a software development firm that specializes in bespoke solutions. So people approach us with an idea and we find the best solution possible for that, but also in a cost-effective way. So that is where we specialize in a bit, is on the cost-effective side as well.
So I was in a privileged position just in my personal aspect where I didn't have a lot of responsibilities outside of work. And I think Andrew was in that same scenario. So from a business perspective, at the time it was just the two of us. So we could get by with just covering our minimal margins. In terms of business, I think we're really privileged. We didn't suffer a loss of business or had to close our doors. because of the model that we use, we could continue like normal. We're really privileged in that sense, where we didn't have to close down or have months off where we didn't have any work to do and just figure things out.
No, so we actually started the company with, I think it was $23,000, my personal money. But it was, it's interesting. It was just a shot that we had to take and everything just worked. So I also tell people normally, the great thing about our business is we've been operating for 4.5 years and we haven't spent a cent on marketing yet. Everything's been word of mouth. We are overflowing with work at the moment, but that's a great thing. And I think that also speaks about the way we operate, which is a good thing for us as well.
First thing is just set up my computer so everything is ready, and then I come up and get a cup of coffee.
I would say also set up the computer. Yuan's normally in before me, so he's also the technical or the CTO of the company. So I would normally ask him, listening, what's going to happen today. But then also get a cup of coffee or grab something at the shops. We started as full remote at the start. So when we first employed people as well, it was full remote working. But then realized that if you employ junior developers, it's very difficult to teach them, because we really believe in excellence in our company. And that level of excellence is very difficult to teach somebody over a computer screen. So we decided, okay, we're going to go for a hybrid model, and we had different options that we had to look at. But the moment we walked into Colab, we just realized, listen, this is, first of all, I love how the building looks like, and then also the flexibility that they provide you, and everything, the entire package just fell into what we exactly wanted. For me, I would say the biggest challenge for me was growth. So employing somebody for the sake of growing, because cash flow wise, it has a major impact on your company, especially if that person doesn't contribute in the first 3 months of employment. So I would say growth for us was the biggest challenge that we've had thus far.
So from my perspective, and I think this is something we can both answer, I think we have different perspectives on that as well, is to take the chance. So don't look into the standard methodologies per se that the world follows, and because there's a lot of rules that has already been set, and our success is from the fact that we didn't necessarily follow those rules. And I mean, our slogan is we take the leap, is taking the chance. Like when you connect to the right people, you start seeing opportunities and you see that something can work. Yeah.
I think because you start talking to people as well, everybody needs software at some stage in their business. And when you're remote or working full remote, it's very difficult to talk to people. Sitting at a Starbucks, not everybody wants to talk. But when you're here and you walk past a person, you greet them, the next day you greet them again, then all of a sudden you start talking. I think that opens up a lot of doors for you and opportunities for you as a business to get that person as a client. But also vice versa. I think it's also an opportunity where you can see where can that person's idea and their vision fit into yours. And that's what I love about this whole concept. A lot.
Where do you see yourself?
No, so we're very excited about the next 2 years. We went overseas last year to Portugal to a Web Summit conference that side, and came back with a lot of ideas for our company. One of the main stuff for us as a company is so that software in South Africa can grow, but also to have state-of-the-art software, because I think that's something that is a bit lacking at the moment in South Africa. You get software, but it's not state-of-the-art. It's not something that America will use or Europe will use. And that's where we feel we're going to play an integral part in this, is being able to write that kind of software, and software that scales, software that really changes people's lives. But not only that, also from a South African perspective of employing people that did not necessarily have a chance with other big corporates, if I can put it that way, and giving them a shot. because we've realized that some of the people are hidden gems. You get your miss hits as well, but yeah, our percentage of hits versus miss hits is much higher on the hit side than on the miss side, so it's something that we love to do.
I would suggest start interacting with the people around you. Start mingling. I know a lot of people are sort of inside their shell and inside their comfort zone, but that's what we realized when we started reaching out to the other individuals in here. That's when you start seeing this guy maybe as a skill set or a tool set that I can incorporate, or even just lessons. So like asking questions about your journey, lessons that you've learning that someone else has learned before, that you can then shorten your time span to grow as an entrepreneur or as an individual.
Something that I would tell startups at the moment is stop focusing on the money, focus on the problem, and actually solving the problem. Because if you start solving the problem, the money will come. I think there's so many investors, so many people in South Africa that wants to solve the problems we're currently experiencing in our country. But I think so many people is just looking at what is my net worth, what is this? It's something that we haven't focused on at all within our company. I don't even know if we have a net worth at the moment. But that's the thing, like focus on solving that actual issue and the rest will follow. You want more work? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I think the model that they're introducing at the moment, compared to the competitors that we've been at, is really pushing this collaboration side of things. And I would suggest keep going with that. I think the biggest thing is obviously for the public to become aware of it. Right now it's a lot of word of mouth as well. We got here because of someone else just recommending. They weren't even here and they came because of us. So a lot of it is word of mouth, but the current economy and the current working environment is moving a lot towards spaces like this, and the moment they become aware of it, I think they won't be able to not fill an office or a seat.
Mine would be Iron Man, because he's a techie, we are techies, and I just love the whole image he portrays at the moment.
Can I make my own one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would be, maybe it's the Flash. I think that's probably the one. So just condense time, so that we can do more in a shorter amount of time, because the possibilities there's so many that you can't get to all of it. Yeah.
Can't we duplicate people? I think that's the other thing we want to do. We talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that's the good thing. A lot of people would say, don't go into business with a friend. I do not necessarily agree with that, because the thing is we've learned how to talk to one another before we went into business. And that actually helped us a lot when it came to business as well. And the thing is, I would say, before you go into business with a friend, make sure the vision and the mission is the same. And you see the business as the same thing. Like the one guy's not chasing money, the other one opportunity. Like make sure everything is your visions are the same, otherwise it's not going to work.
Visions, values.
Values, everything.
And then also the big thing as well is, I think, pride. Is to not be prideful, to not listen, or to go away and say, no, but I'm right. I don't. So if you're humble, you're open to change and open to view someone else's opinion. And then that allows you to not cause a division that shouldn't be there. So you can communicate freely about things and come to a central point.
We're very excited about the rebranding. It's part of a bigger picture of what we want to achieve now. I think we've been under the radar for the past 4.5 years, but there was a reason for it as well. We wanted to build the foundations first and make sure everything is solid before putting our name out there, but that's going to change now, so it's exciting. That's part of the whole 2-year question, or what the future holds. But the interesting thing, just to bring Colab into this as well, is the rebranding. We are using people in Colab as well for it, and that's the cool thing, is you get to meet cool people and people that can actually contribute to your company as well. by contributing to theirs. The beanbags is what I like. No, but actually, I think the outside there at the new food or the new kitchen, I think that's my favorite spot to go and sit and just switch off a bit between or during lunch.
It depends on the time. So if I need coffee, obviously the fact that Chance is here, you can quickly grab a nice cup of coffee, and that it's not a cold working environment. So even when you're at your desk or in your area of work, because we're using the open spaces, you don't feel like you're locked down. So the other, with the time perspective, that outside area, it feels like the atmosphere is really relaxed and you can switch off. So it feels almost like I always say, it feels like I'm at the ocean or on a holiday somewhere when I go outside. So that's nice because it changes your entire environment in that perspective.